should learn me that slipped out of my mouth in one of my first ever conversations in English after moving over 7,000 kilometers from Iran to Mozambique to study as a 13-year-old Iranian girl at Aga Khan Academy, Maputo. I had rehearsed the word teach in my mind over 100 times while I was trying to gather all my courage to get involved in a conversation. But all the perfect English vanished as I spoke. My parents told me that conversations are my intellectual weaponry, to challenge others. Yet in that moment, I just challenged myself. And certainly, there was more to come. Because when you move into a new world, a new language, a new culture, a new identity, time suddenly feels faster than ever. Every pause feels too long. Every mistake feels like a failure. And every silence feels like time's slipping through your fingers and everyone else is already ahead of you. So you rush. You rush to speak, you rush to be understood, and you rush to become someone who belongs. But in that rush, you lose the very thing you were trying to find, yourself. By grade 8, I decided that the solution is simple. If I cannot belong socially, I will belong academically. I buried myself in books. I turned my worth into numbers, and the grades, well, they said I was more than enough. I became the perfect student. Straight A's, disciplined, responsible, reliable. But here's what no one saw. I wasn't chasing excellence. I was racing the hourglass. Because when you move abroad at 13, you don't just become a student. You become a responsibility. The responsible daughter, the strong older sister. A proof that your parents' sacrifice is actually worth it. And that responsibility heavy. So heavy that at times you confuse it with your own identity. In grade 9, out of 10 international scholarship students, only 2 were selected for the exchange program. When the results were out, the whole of our residence was filled with a mix of sorrow and joy. Congratulations, you've been selected to attend the Aga Khan Academy Hyderabad Exchange Program 2024. It was on my screen as I opened my emails. Before I get the chance to be happy, I heard another voice down the hallway. I got in. It was Rand. Apparently, one of the most carefree and spontaneous girls I ever knew. She was too busy with last-minute tasks to handle this program. Over the second week in India, isolation covered my days. I struggled to adapt, feeling uncertain about who I really am. I felt out of place, again. But this time, academics alone could not save me. Yet, the girl I had doubted the most became my unexpected companion. She pulled me into unfamiliar experiences. She laughed at the moments where I would have taken too seriously. She moved through uncertainty with ease. And slowly, I began to see it. What I had mistaken for a maturity was a different kind of strength. Even her laughter in serious situations, which once unsettled me, now made me feel much, much better. And all of these made me wonder how many forms of resilience we undermine just because they don't mirror ours. I remember one evening in Hyderabad when I was reflecting, all alone at this unfamiliar academy, and I finally was able to pause. So I whispered a prayer. If I'm only given another chance at this experience, I will make the most out of it. Not as the perfect student, but as a responsible daughter, just as me, Dorsa. And that was the moment my hourglass cracked. For so long, I believed to succeed in life, you only needed the discipline of the mind. And of course, discipline of the mind can make you more efficient, but it will never set you free. To race against the hourglass, you require something more, the discipline of the heart. Not just the strength to push forward, but the courage to pause, to feel, to question, and to choose who you are becoming. Unfortunately, for those of you who believe in destiny, John Locke argued that we are born as a tabula rasa, a blank slate, which means no fixed identity and certainly no pre-written destiny. And I love that idea because it meant I could design myself. So I tried. I filled my life with achievement, with excellence, with discipline. But here is what I misunderstood again. Experience does not ask you why you are choosing it. It simply follows your choice. We think Time is shaping us, and that is the illusion of the hourglass. Every experience or choice we make has a positive or negative consequence. This is where the discipline of heart comes into play, the courage to choose. Choosing friendships that challenges you in a good way, and choosing growth because it aligns with your values, not because it looks impressive to others. That evening in Hyderabad, I realized something radical. I had mastered the discipline of the mind. But I had never asked my heart what kind of person I was trying to become. And all of this made me think, what if time isn't measured in hours, but in the moments that we choose not to waste without a purpose? By the end of grade 10, I applied for the Global Encounters camps, thinking that I would be able to learn and explore about a new country that I've never been to. Congratulations, we are pleased to inform you that you were selected for the Global Encounters Camp India 2025-2026. Well, a month before the program, I did get the chance to switch destination, and I froze. Was this the second chance I had asked for? So I did what every logical person would not do. I opened my laptop, went into the random wheel online, typed yes or no across the screen. And the question was simple. Should I change my destination? It landed on no. Well, I accepted it. And last December, I went to India again. But this time, I did not go as a girl racing the hourglass. I went as myself. I said yes to the things that scared me. I spoke without rehearsing every word. I laughed without measuring how it sounded. And I chose experiences because they felt right to me and not because they looked impressive to others. And for the first time in years, I wasn't trying to become someone else. I was becoming me. And that's where I understood the second chance I had asked for was never about a new place. It was about a new way of being. Maybe time was never the thing I was running away from. Maybe it was the courage to choose how I want to live it. Because one day, without asking, without warning, the hourglass empties. And when it does, it won't ask you how busy you were, how perfect you were, or how much you've earned. It will only leave you with one question. What if time wasn't measured in hours, but in the moments that you chose not to waste without a purpose?